Hello from 23 Howard here, just in front of the house. Quiet little street that's kind of tucked away from the main streets. Looks like there's shoulder parking here in front of the house, which is great. As well as a nice long driveway that probably can have 3 cars in it, but parking for another car in the garage. No opener or anything, just a key door in decent shape. The house exterior is actually quite surprising. That's all metal siding. The flashing and everything around the windows is all in really good shape. There's storm windows in front of the much older windows. And I meant to pull an age before I did this video, but I think this home is actually older than meets the eye, besides the dated finishes, but we'll figure that out. Front door I didn't use. Side seemed to have been the one that people were going with. Like, check out this parging. It's really good. And the basement's bone dry, no odors, all in really good shape. I guess some of the trim maybe needs some work, but at the front it was all flash, so I guess some of it's done. That's all metal. Windows aren't all ancient, some are newer-ish. Got this walk up here, it was a little bit steep. I meant to show you too, just here where the stair connects. Looks like it's kind of separated a bit. I don't think that's a huge deal. Probably just dump some concrete in there. Does look like a giant cavity. We have a multi-res beside us for regular home sale. It's not the most attractive, not the end of the world. It just will affect the price a bit. But because we're an investment, it won't be a big deal. They'll be judging based on the property itself. In the garage, I kind of foot measured it at 13 by 25. Everything's in great shape in here though. Except for the concrete pads, got some pretty massive cracks in it. So I guess that's kind of an important one, but the structure itself, is in decent shape. If it's just going to be storage for tenants, maybe a car, that's fine. Got the one door here to get you out once you park, and then you can kind of separate that off for storage at the back. And then we have a good sized yard here. Like, there is a lot of space. There is one crack it's just a giant concrete pad this is all sitting on. So in terms of repair, I don't know. We've got regular shingles on top, no eaves or anything for the garage. No soffits or anything, but for garage, it's not a big deal. Some boarded up windows. The house itself, though, will do much better. Got architectural shingles on there, looking to be maybe about 5 years old, so they should have a good life left. Neighbor's yard's all fenced off on one side, sort of fenced on this side. There is a weird door into the basement there, which is completely unnecessary. I don't think you need that point of egress, but there it is. So again, with all the flashing, looks like it was all done well. We have this sunroom at the back, which I believe should be heated just fine from the looks of the walls. You'll see what looks like baseboard heaters everywhere, but it is actually rads. So there's a boiler downstairs, which is great. You can run the entire house off like a hot water on demand boiler if that goes. Don't quote me if it's easy to like just switch over or not. You might want to talk to a professional to make sure. But with that, you can also get an air handler, and a furnace can be run off the hot water on demand tank too. So I guess if there's no ductwork, that doesn't really help you. But anyways, radiant heat is actually a really good heat source, efficient, and hopefully it can mean that we can get rid of the wall furnace in the living room. This panel is a trip. I don't know what that's made of. I guess it's wood. Never seen anything like it. But it's all in good shape. Like, the whole house has been maintained really well. You can see where some things are done at different eras, like this laminate's probably from the 90s. Some of the pots are like from the 50s. Windows back here are all in good shape. I didn't see an age anywhere, but not a problem. I think this is for the chimney you saw at the back of the house. Don't think that's in use anywhere in the home that I saw anyway. I think it's all terminated. Kitchen's a little bit smaller. Galley style too isn't normal family favorite, but I think for tenants, it's not gonna be a big deal. One note though, the stove does not have a hood vent, so we would have to solve that. And I think we're into the main part of the house right now, so I'm not sure where that will go. You're probably gonna have to have a bulkhead that goes across and up, so it might be a little bit of a situation there. Dishwasher here. Anything that's not obvious. It's the basement door there. Fridge is pretty small. Might have to invest in a new one if it's going to be a bunch of people in here. Who knows, maybe the stove can be moved depending on how much work you do in here, if there's any. The sunroom, if that's heated or insulated enough, which I have a feeling it is a living space for sure, tons of room. This would be the secondary living space here. It would be nice to get rid of that wall furnace. I'm gonna ask the agent about like if she knows anything about how much that was actually used, because there's a good amount of rads in here. You'd think the home would be heated enough. Maybe this is a bedroom too, I don't know, because I was thinking one of these could be a bedroom for a fourth. This one's right as you walk in, so that tenant could potentially have more of a private entrance where the others go through the back or something. Oh, do we only have one bathroom in here? Yeah, I think the only problem so far down here with that bedroom is that there is only one bathroom. Yeah, I remember looking at the floor plan and kind of thinking about where I thought one could go. Plumbing all beneath it. This will have to go, you might be able to sell it, I don't know. Go upstairs. The rail's a little bit low, but I don't know if we're above or below that. Back up to the vinyl flooring products, a little older, but the rooms are okay size. This is the smallest one here, and it's probably seven and a half by 10. Yeah, it's not terrible. Just some built-ins for storage. And then this strange closet here, which doesn't quite have the range of your average. The clothes going in that orientation, but this could go and you could do something a bit more with a closet. Definitely a good size room to here. Some signs that have me wondering what the age of a home is that there's lath and plaster in here. Good sized closet though, as well as sconce lighting here, which because of the fixtures has me hopeful that it was done later and it's just a design thing from like the 70s or 80s or something, but maybe 90s. But sconce lighting usually means there's a chance of knob and tube. You definitely don't want. You can see the storm window over the older window here. Apparently can really stand up to more modern windows. Bit of a slope here, but nothing I'm worried about with the size of the room we have here. And then the room here is definitely bigger than the other. Not by a ton, but you can fit a bed in and have a decent closet still. The other room, I don't think all bed sizes can go in there by any means. Not that 7 feet wide. Only bathroom in the home. A lot of pressure on this right now, I guess. Stack there. Could get something a bit more modern, I guess, and just leave it. But downstairs, the sewage out is cast iron, so you might want to get that fixed. Bath is not ideal to have as just a bath, but I'm pretty sure you can just, well, I know you can, just get an array. It's like a metal bar that goes around like a halo above the bath, and it can be anchored into the ceiling, into the joist there, so it's nice and sturdy. And you can run that shower or a newer shower up and hanging from the halo and have a shower curtain around it. And just work with what you got for super cheap. I mean, you could definitely put like an actual shower stall in there, tile it in and glass it in, but the expense will be very different at that point. Older sink, no storage or anything in the bathroom, which if there's going to be a bunch of people living in here, might not be great. Bring their bathroom back to their bedroom, but a little copy of the floor plan, and you can kind of look to see how you would do that differently. I'm going to get into that basement quick. Wrap up. Basement's actually a good size, and given the state that it was in, I'm very happy with it. But the ceiling height is, I'm not even sure, it's 6 feet. I'm 5'10", that's kind of just over my head. Yeah, it's definitely 6 feet, but I would give it not a centimeter more than that. Sump pump, dryer, washer here. Looks like maybe some water might have been penetrating at the front, but it would have been like a rare phenomenon because there's not an odor to be found down here. No dehumidifier running anything. 200 amp service to the house, but 100 amp panel, so you could do more if you needed. You can see your baseboards, joists and everything. They're all at decent spacing. This part of the house, all the way to the back, is in pretty great shape. There are some older joists though underneath that back patio area. And there's the cast iron that might need to get replaced. Otherwise all ABS going into that. And then these pipes here are for your rad system, so it's hot water running through there. Yeah, nice and hot. I don't know why I wanted to call that a furnace. Freezer. Understair closet. Missing door. Hot water tank for your dedicated hot water for drinking, and then your boiler rad here. And that is going up through the chimney. I don't know if they're just running pipes through it or what. Holding tank, boiler, and then here's where the joists at the back are a little potentially sketchier, but I didn't see anything wrong with them. They're just like kind of discolored and huge. And a little storage. No, nothing weird going on back there. Yeah. Same thing with this too. Crazy wasp chest. More storage. Nothing weird to report in there. I thought there was a light in there. Maybe not. I could have sworn. Anyway. And then this is that little door at the back that I think you can just terminate. I mean, if there was a reason to come down here, I guess being a landlord and being able to access the furnace room or send utility people in might be handy. I don't know. But anyways, that is the tour of the house. I know it's a little harder to tell from down here, but that exterior is just very impressive. And with that parging looking as sharp as it does, that is certainly not 50 years old. So my best guess at what's going on here is that before that parging was done, the house had maybe some way that the water could penetrate, and then that obviously needed addressing, and they did all that wonderful work. New roof. The metal siding cannot be super old, so a lot of great upgrades to this home. So if you get it for a good price, I think you're in the steal territory. Anyways, that's all for me.